Welcome to Side Boob, the podcast that dives deep into the chaotic world of combat sports and YouTuber news.
Did you get a chance to actually sit down and watch the fights? Did you go over clips from the Fight Night Cannoneer, or how did you enjoy that?
Yeah, so ironically, I was clipping while it was on, so I had it on in the background. So I'd look
Probably
up
for the
when I hear
best.
like them scream and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. I made sure to watch the Cannoneer one because that was like 5 a.m. our time. So I thought, I'm not doing anything else now. I'm just gonna sit in my bed, watch Cannoneer. Cannoneer is usually boring, so I thought hopefully that'll help me sleep. No offense to the guy, but that
Yeah.
was my thing.
No, for
But
sure,
actually, it was,
and it was pretty good. It wasn't that bad.
yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
I
I,
looked at it as like a lower level Dricus and Izzy kind of fight. Like you had Barallo, he was quite sharp on his feet, and then you had Cannonier who's just constantly trying to blitz in. So with that danger of Cannonier, like it keeps you awake anyway, it keeps you excited. Even if he's boring, like the Izzy Cannonier fight was quite boring
Very
because
boring.
he wouldn't explode as much, which I thought Izzy might do to Dricus as well, which is testament to Dricus. So even when that happens, you're still like on the edge of your seat because it just takes one on the road in forward from Cannoneer and it could end everything.
Yeah, and you see, if you watch the highlights and watched it back, you can see moments where Cannoneer looked like he was going to take the fight. It looked like he was going to
Yeah,
win, and then man, that guy's tough, man. He
yeah.
stood some heavy shots. He got messed up pretty good, and ultimately he took out Cannoneer. So it was boring, but it was good boring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was quite technical in a weird way, which I enjoyed. I've heard Barallo's good with wrestling and stuff like that. So the fact he wanted to beat Cannoneer on the feet, I found interesting. I think that holds him in good stead. So if he does move up the rankings, it shows he's got multiple ways of winning.
Yeah,
Like,
he is a well-rounded fighter, I believe. So
yeah, and we look like we're actually part of his nerd squad with our glasses. We just need a bit of tape in the middle.
right, just
Yeah, like maybe
yeah,
we can do that if he has a good championship run. We can start
yeah.
putting because I do actually like the guy. I was very surprised how technical he was on the feet. Like that's why it reminded me of Izzy and Dricus. Because yeah, he looked like a Thai boxer, a kickboxer, which I love to see that. So
Sure, yeah.
yeah, good performance from him, and
Big step up in
it,
competition too. Cannoneer
yeah,
is not a slouch. You may tease him, say he's boring or whatever, but he's not. He's a really good fighter. I mean, he's no slouch, and he had a good performance against him. So good
no,
for
I
him to
agree.
step up.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of people like shit on Cannonier a bit, like because of his style, but the champion has his style. The champion right now has his style, and maybe I wouldn't say it's more polished. I just think it's more forceful, Dricus' style.
It's
Um,
more forward, I would say, and more
yeah,
out there, just kind of more rushes and whatnot.
that's it. Like with Dricus, I've noticed I don't know if he does come from a kickboxing background or Thai boxing background, but he almost fights like he's in a Thai boxing fight where they go and then he goes
Mm.
no matter what. Like he always tries to get it back. So if someone lands
Yes.
a jab, he always tries to land something straight away, which I think that'll be the reason. Like if we put Cannonier Dricus in a fight together, I think that'll be the reason Dricus wins because Cannonier doesn't respond all the time.
Yeah, and I see that like every time you think he's hurt, he'll come back with that little flurry. And I think
Yeah,
that's ultimately what won him that Sean Strickland fight. Is Strickland was just popping him away, but he would come back with a little flurry, so it looked like he was doing more and being the
yeah,
aggressor. Whereas he on his feet he got beat up pretty badly. I mean, you see his face after that fight; it was pretty rough.
yeah. I mean, like we both thought Sean won that on points, but because he is so like explosive and it looks a lot more damaging, the way how Dricus goes about things. And yeah, so I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that I was talking about last week. Is like I can't understand him, but I think as I think about it more, I do understand. It is that kind of get it back style where if you get hit, you try to come back with 2-3. in response.
Yeah.
So it's like it's chaos, but it's like you said, it's like that Thai boxing style chaos where you hit me, I hit you, kind of a thing, and we just go and bang. So
Yeah. And that's why when I was predicting the Izzy Drippers fight, it's why my head kept going with Drippers because Izzy likes to take his time and put his stuff together. Whereas I thought, similar to Strickland as well, if when Izzy's against that forward pressure guy who's actually doing that, he kind of like struggles a bit. Where I've got to give Izzy credit as well because he didn't seem to struggle that much with it this time round. Although he got finished, he didn't seem to he was in the fight the whole time and he wasn't like backing up a lot and stuff like that. So I'll give Izzy credit.
no, I think it was a good back and forth fight with Dricus, and I think those body shots by Izzy, man, those were adding up.
Yeah.
If it would have kept going, I mean, I give Duplessis like immense credit for taking all those body shots over and over again. That was a sight to see.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how he did, to be honest. There's a few shots where you could see it visibly hurt him and stopped him in his tracks. And
He just
like,
kept
I don't know
going,
if
man.
he ever, yeah, I don't know if he ever took a kick or a good shot, like well landed to the body. It's probably worse than the head because like your whole body tells you like, whoa. It's
Yeah,
almost like one of your kidneys or liver shutting down, like as you could imagine that would feel.
yeah.
So yeah, I've got to give him credit. But also to bring it back to the Cannonier and Barallo fight, what did you think about the stoppage?
No, I think it was too late. I think he was out.
Yeah,
It was so late, and I actually have it pulled up here. If you can see my screen, I know it's probably going to be a little small for you, but I am going to
yeah,
bring it up here. I thought it was way too late.
yeah. Like you can literally see where he's
Yeah,
out.
he's out. Like just stop it. And then
Yeah,
there was more unnecessary punches, and I think you even said like that he just took 3 years off of Cannonier's stream because he stopped it too late. So um,
yeah. That's how I look at it. It was visibly out on his feet, and maybe the ref didn't. I didn't see where the ref was positioned, so maybe he didn't see that. But
he, he
let's just say,
he fell like a sack, man. He just
yeah, that's what I mean. And it was so blatant. So
mhm.
I understand the whole like letting him, try and fight on, but when you've actually been fully concussed and you've only woke back up because of gravity and strikes, then like I mean,
yeah,
it shows how tough he is
yeah,
to stick in there after that. Because I've been in that position where I've woke back up and all what you want to do is run away. To be honest, because you're like, well, what's just happened? You know what I mean? So I totally got to give him credit, Cannonier, but the referee was just it
just
was
too late,
atrocious
man.
to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah. I agree, and just even watching it, whenever he fell over like that, I'm like, most refs would just stop it, just step in, don't let him take those punches. Like he's clearly out, and I just you feel bad for him because there was so
yeah.
many unnecessary punches.
Like part of me wishes that Barallo just walked away with his hands up,
Yeah,
like
oh
let him
yeah,
slump over. But we saw in a Jalen Turner fight. I can't remember who Jalen Turner was fighting against, but I think it was Moicano actually. And he thought he knocked him out, and he turned round, and then next minute Moicano was on his back. So I can understand the fighters not stopping, like
yeah.
totally. I'm not saying Barallo should have stopped, because you're told to keep fighting
Fight
until
until
the
the ref
ref
stops
stops
you,
it.
the bell rings, right?
Yeah,
So
but so I'm not putting it on him. That's just one thing I wish he did. I just wish he or similar to when Anthony Smith got knocked out by what's his name? He's fighting Alex next. He's fighting Pereira next. Roundtree.
Roundtree,
Like
Khalil Roundtree, yeah.
Roundtree had him out, and then instead of ground and pounding him, he just stood there above him like this, and then
Like,
it
are you
gives the
gonna?
referee ample time to go, whoa, no, I don't want this to happen. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
But like you said, we've seen it too many times to where somebody goes to celebrate, and I think it actually happened to Sean O'Malley. He had walked away and kind of celebrated, but then his guy got back up. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
like one of those things. Like as a fighter, yes, you're told to fight to the bell, but as a referee, you got to save the fighter, man. You have to save them because
yeah,
they're not going to save themselves. They have too much pride.
that's it. Like I know that from myself as well. Like if I was competing, I'm not trying. say like I'm this tough guy, but you know, I was similar. Like you don't want anything to stop the fight, even your own consciousness. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe there needs to be some kind of second referee. Like in football, we have a fourth official that's not on the pitch, but he can like tell things to the referee, like you know things that maybe he can't see. So maybe we need something like that going on, or like a camera recording thing. Like we have a thing called VAR, virtual assistant, I think it's called, where if the camera notices something that's not clear and obvious, they can then tell the referee. I think
Yeah,
like something like that should be adopted.
yeah, in theory that'd be good, but I think it'd be too little, too late at that point. I mean, you're already. I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, in certain cases, sure, but like in a lot of those cases, to where it's like moments, you know, are separate
yeah,
good stoppages and bad stoppages. Just it's like, would it be too little, too late?
that's it, that's it. But you know, I think we need anything in that scenario. We need to try and implement anything to try and stop those kind of things happening because like the way how he got hit kind of near, it was so like such a powerful shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like it literally just KO'd him straight on the feet. So to keep getting hit ground and pound after that, it's just yeah, I couldn't imagine that myself, like
It's
being in that
unnecessary.
scenario. Mm,
Yeah, it was it was a nice end though to a kind of a boring middle of that.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep this exciting exploration alive.